what kind of shifts do people notice afterwards?
Okay, that's a great question. So it's not just meditation or breath work. Or even mindset work. It's a whole system reset, recalibrating the entire field from the inside out. So we clear non-beneficial imprints in the field, regulate the nervous system, and reconnect to source energy. So that way you're filling up from the inside, from your core, rather than looking to others for validation or to fill you up. So sometimes it can feel like a light switch turning on, and other times it's subtle, like the mental fog clears, the body softens, and you finally start to feel like yourself again. So I often hear clients saying, I didn't know how heavy I felt until it lifted. It really helps with big changes people have is they sleep better, their mind feels clearer, chronic illnesses dissipate. So I use tools like many, but it's using ancient methods like Egyptian, shamanic, Taoist, and bringing that into the modern day nervous system regulation and those kinds of things. And I use tools like the belief reset protocol, energetic boundaries, vibrational upgrades. So it's really practical and simple. I'm all about bite-sized changes. If it takes longer than 5 minutes, I'm just not going to do it. And I'm pretty sure most people are like that. But the interesting thing is, it shouldn't take longer than that. If it does take longer than that, you're probably not doing it right.
Hmm. And I want to say, I love the 5 minute kind of test because it's so true. I hear all the time, especially when it comes to prepping meals. So I'm just too tired to cook, or I just don't have the time. And we take all these shortcuts. So the more we can find simple things that we can fit in 5 minutes, the better. So I really love, what your system has, that little bite size appeal to it, if you will. Great.
It's important.
It is in our busy lives. It's hard for people to find time and fit things in and decide what they're going to give up if they're going to make changes. And I know that you often work with high functioning, sensitive women. These are the ones that hold everything together for everyone else. Boy, do I know a little bit about that one, I got to say. And why do you think those
We all do.
women who are strong on the outside are often the ones that are burning out the deepest?
That's because they've been in survival mode for so long, so it feels normal.
Mhm.
And these are the women who carry everyone. They hold it all together. They get the things done. They're the go-to people. So underneath all that strength is often unsuppressed emotions, chronic hypervigilance, and a disconnection from their own needs because they're putting everyone else first. So they've learned to source their value from being needed, not from being in alignment. And because they're so high functioning, no one notices they're running on empty, including themselves. So, my job is to help people come home to themselves, to remember their power isn't performance, it's their presence.
Yeah, and uh, it's so much of what you said resonates with me. I was so busy running on that treadmill of life, looking after my family, looking after my work. And when you were saying that, I thought of something that people would always say, oh, if you want to get something done, ask a busy person. And that person, that's that high performing woman who's running on the treadmill. And as it's speeding up, they don't even realize it until it gets so fast that they just fall right off it. And I know when I had that moment, that awakening, I had no identity for myself. My identity was all about my kids. It was about my work and my job. And when you asked me, what are you passionate about, Debbie? I had no idea. It took a long time for me to find.
So many people feel that way.
Yeah. it's real. I know it's not just me. I hear this story all the time. And I know that the summit is all about being rooted in real health. This is not just a symptom free, but really being soul aligned and really looking at the root. And you already said that a little bit, is some of the practices that you look at are ancient practices. And I just love that, because we can get so much from being rooted with our past. And I want, what does being rooted energetically or spiritually mean to you? And how can somebody begin to ground that into their daily life?
It's your sense of well-being doesn't come from control, it comes from connection. So when your mind, your body, spirit, and your soul finally sync, you're not chasing balance, you are the balance. So when you feel something's off, you know how to course correct it quickly. Life is no longer controlling you. You're running with it, but you know how to adjust to bring you back on track. So you stop outsourcing your power and you start creating from alignment. So being rooted also means that your energy is anchored. You're not flying off in every direction, not stuck in old timelines. You're present, you're plugged into source, and you're grounded in your truth. And that's real health. That's real freedom.
I love that. And it's something that's, yeah, so many people are so far away from. We need this work for sure. And so this is really one of the favorite parts for me, is for our audience members who are watching this and listening to this today, and they are feeling drained, stuck, or like healing just isn't working for them. What's the one simple thing that they can do starting today to begin to shift their energy?
What I'm going to give you is such a really simple, obvious technique. You're just going to go, what? Really? That's it? But sometimes it's just the really basic things that we neglect. And I'm going to start with energetic presence. So it's just taking 60 seconds to come back into your body. So I'm just going to get everyone to take a breath and breathe into your belly. Take a full breath and breathe it right into your belly. And feel your energy. You can feel that buzzing of your energy around your skin, that buzzing. And you might have different areas that come to your attention, like it might be somewhere in the mind or in the stomach. And as you notice one thing, something else comes to your awareness. So you can ask yourself, where am I leaking energy right now? And just notice where in your body, where in your energy field comes to your attention. And it can feel like tightness, uncomfortableness, or emptiness, or tingling. All the sensations are right. And just by having that awareness, you're actually shifting your energy. Just by recognizing it. Sometimes you don't even have to do it. It's like when you have pain, they say, love that area. And it's like, how can I love something that's painful? And it's if you just bring attention to that area, it just wants to get noticed, and you can notice the story sitting in that pain just by noticing it. And those stories can be not feeling seen, those types of things. So actually seeing that area that feels not worthy or not being valued, it just calms it down.
Amazing. Bringing attention to it helps to dissipate the pain. Kind of reminds me when I used to coach soccer, and I would if somebody got hurt on the field, I would go out to help them. And if they were crying, if I asked them where they were hurting or what happened, they would start crying even more. But if I just told them to take a deep breath and get in control of their breathing, they'd stop crying. It was like a miracle. So that's the great way to help them to forget about the pain just by something simple. And that's exactly what it is. Imagine just take 60 seconds to think about it and just feel your body. What a
Well,
con.
what you're doing is you're coming out of your head. So you're all caught up in the, oh my God, something bad's happened, something, your nervous system is running on overdrive. It's gone into survival. But by coming back and coming into your body, you're taking all the energy out of your head, you're bringing it back to your body. So you're actually a lot more centered and grounded. So your energy starts moving then. Your mind can then send the messages to your body to heal, to overcome whatever's going on. And so you're just reconnecting with you.
So simple.
So
So
simple.
if you're in the audience and you did that, this is something just to take notice. And how often would you recommend doing this exercise?
All the time. We forget when we're so busy, we're not listening to ourselves and we slowly disconnect and disconnect till we don't even know what we want, who we are, what nourishes our body. It's then that's when we get those cravings for certain foods because you've so missed those points of, hey, I just need a good some beetroot or whatever. You've missed those listening points until it gets to a point where your body's craving it because you've really depleted it. So if you do this daily, you're keeping in touch with yourself and you don't have to go from, it's like at the end of the year, every year, people reflect on their life or their birthdays.
Yeah.
And so imagine if you, and then if you only do this once or twice a year, you're like, oh, this isn't working. I need to shift to this. It's a really massive change that might need to occur. But if you're doing it daily, it's just tiny little tweaks.
5 minutes, less a
That's it.
minute. That's all you need. Very good. Wow. So much great information and knowledge that you're sharing here.
Thank
And
you.
it's so easy as well. And before we wrap up, I know that you have an amazing free gift for our audience. And I would love for you to tell me a little bit about it and our audience a little bit about it and how they can get their hands on it right now.
Right, I have lots of different free gifts. So I have, if you go to my website, bodyflowenergetics.org, I have a free organ and gland vitality audit. So what that is, I measure the vitality of each of your organs and glands, and so you can see where you are at your whole system. And what that is, I'm measuring like the more spirit we have in our body, the healthier we are. So I'm really measuring how much spirit is in each organ and gland. And I've never had anyone disagree. They're like, oh yeah, but and sometimes most of the time it's clarification of I was right. Sometimes it's like what happens is I'm not just measuring that. I can also tell you the emotions and stories that are going on in relation to that because we hold different emotions and stories in different organs and glands. So, for example, the liver stores a lot of anger. We see that come out when people drink alcohol. Their anger can come out because that alcohol really affects the liver. So we can see that to be true in those instances. And so I can tell you the stories that are going on. And then what that does is we can go, okay, this is what's going on with the whole system, but this is the weakest area. So that if you focus on that, because there's so many things you can do, and it's like, what do I do? And so if we go, you need to focus on this area, that's going to give you your biggest bang for buck. So it just gives people a direction to head in.
Oh, wow. That's great. And so all of the information is below. You can just take a look and you can take advantage of Camina's free gift today. Camina, I'm so grateful to have you here and for you to share just a little snippet about the work that you do. And yeah, I just want to thank you again for sharing with us today.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure.